Hey guys, Tristan here, and I'm giving a news update as guess who's back? Miles Morales is back as Spider-Man in a new ongoing coming out December 12th this year. The writer they've chosen is Saladin Ahmed, who wrote Black Bolt. New Marvel artist, hopefully I don't butcher his name, Javier Garn, who did art for Ant-Man and the Wasp miniseries, will team up for Miles Morales Spider-Man this winter. Marvel did an interview with Saladin, so I'm gonna read some bullet points of where they're gonna take Miles differently than how Brian Michael Bendis, his creator, did in the last run. It looks like Miles will be dealing with one of the most relatable and human parts of being Spider-Man, balancing his hero life with his teen life. How difficult will we be making this for Miles for his book? And this is what Saladin had to say. He loves adult Peter dealing with adult troubles. He just wrote an Amazing Spider-Man annual about just that. But Spider-Man in his essential origins is a teenage hero, and Miles will be that Spider-Man, facing threats against the neighborhood rather than a multiverse. Supervillains, yes, but also threats that speak to our times. He'll be doing that while trying to deal with bullies, assistant principals, and canceled dates. It's really gonna be hard. Part of what we love about Spider-Man is all the crap he goes through, and Miles will be dealing with some of that dark realities of our modern world. But he also wants to have a bright thread running through it, because what we really love about Spider-Man is that he keeps smiling no matter how grim the situation seems. That's what I want from my Miles book. Him being a superhero and a teen trying to juggle what he should do versus what he wants to do. Hopefully Saladin addresses the issue that Bendis never got to finish, which is Miles and Lana sitting down and talking things through, because during Bendis's run he just made Miles blow Lana off because he didn't want to deal with anything right now. This question is addressed to Garan and how he's going to illustrate Miles in the comic book. Miles Morales has had a big impact on the Marvel Universe. What goes into how you create his look and the tone of the book? Miles is essential in the Marvel Universe. I felt a bit like Spider-Man himself when I was offered the series. It's a great power, but it also comes with a great responsibility. Miles is the future, but now. You must portray him as the vital character that he is in the great design of the Marvel Universe, and at the same time keep him human, actual, and relatable as an icon of hope that he is. Couldn't agree more, because barring like 1, 2, maybe 3 issues, most of Miles' run has phenomenal art, and I can't wait to see what he can come up with in the grand scheme of things of the characters, the locations, and Spider-Man himself. Then it goes back to Saladin. Will any of his fellow heroes be showing up to lend a hand that you can tell us without spoiling much? Yes, one of Marvel's biggest heroes, not Peter Parker by the way, will be a major guest star in the first arc, and looking past that, the question of how Miles as the relatively new kid navigates the Marvel Universe's world of living legends is a really rich one. I'm looking forward to exploring it through guest stars and team-ups. So we're really getting classic Spider-Man back, and that's all we could really ask for. Miles was created by Brian Michael Bendis and Sarah Pichelli. How has their work inspired you? And are you taking any specific cues from them? This is what Garan had to say. It's essential. When I'm working, I always have a pile of comics by my side with inspiration and reference. And their comics are there at the top of the pile. I'm not aiming to do the same. I couldn't do it even if I tried. But the Miles Morales everyone loves and adores, the hero everyone looks up to, is theirs. Bendis wrote the entirety of the main series, and Pichelli is not only one of my favorite artists, she is the cornerstone in visual terms of the character. I'm trying to breathe that spirit they infused in Miles and carry it to the next step of the Marvel Universe. That is the epic side of their approach, but Pichelli always kept Miles himself and the world around him cool, fresh, of the moment. The clothes and the hairstyles, the art direction, the lighting, and must still feel very connected with the world we live in. Pichelli is also a master of facial and body expression. One of the best there is designing epic shots and dynamic action sequences, and my firm intention is to live by all those rules. Hopefully Garan can add to the style and flair that Pichelli had, among others like Marquez, to what made Miles special as Spider-Man with the amazing art. And last question, Saladin. What are your thoughts on writing for a character who has made such an impact on the Spider-Man universe, and following up Bendis as well? Bendis has the following he does for a reason. His writing was one of the things that brought me back to superhero comics after years away, so I suppose there's some intimidation factor. But here, as elsewhere in the Marvel Universe, I try to respect the work of those who came before me, while still putting my own stamp on these characters. Marvel stories are built from layers. Other creators had to help define Peter Parker after Stan Lee and Steve Ditko, or we wouldn't have the Spider-Man we have today. Hopefully you can show what Miles loves to do hobby-wise, other than being Spider-Man or going to school, besides girls from what Bendis has showed us. I find it's really interesting to see what Miles loves to do on his off time other than help Gank build Legos. Is he into robotics like in the PlayStation 4 game? Does he try to upgrade his suit or his web shooters in any way? That'd be really cool to explore. I can't wait for his ongoing and Into the Spider-Verse coming out this December. What are your guys' thoughts on this news? and I'll talk to you guys next time. Hey guys, Tristan here. Thanks for watching the video. Watch some of the other videos that are linked somewhere around here, and I'll talk to you guys next video.